Good morning, YouTube. How you guys doing? Jake Naturally here, bringing you a Titanfall 2 gameplay. Playing a little bit of attrition right here. And some of y'all may be asking, what's up with the Titanfall 2 gameplay? Well, I mean, first and foremost, I don't want my channel to be known for one specific thing. I don't want my channel to be known just simply for H1Z1. Yes, I'm gonna play the crap out of some H1Z1, but I mean, H1Z1 is not my only passion. I enjoy playing lots of different games. I eventually plan on doing a few playthroughs of some games for y'all. I was speaking to one of my buddies today about it. We were talking over a few ideas for some playthroughs. The idea of Skyrim came up. The idea of that Telltale Walking Dead games, one of those came up. But that's just in the future. What we're talking about now is Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2, I'm loving it, man. It's just like Titanfall 1, in my opinion, and they improved upon that Titanfall 2, or Titanfall 1. And by improving on it, what they did was one of the main things that everyone was talking about was there's not that much customization. And now, don't get me wrong, from what I've seen, I mean, there's still it's not as much as, like, let's say Call of Duty. No, but I think there's plenty of it. Plenty of customization. You can change the skin on your guns, the skins on your pilot skins. You can change all those different camos and things like that. You can even change the perk ability. And so, like, let's say your Predator style perk of going invisible is a different style of pilot than the I'm not sure what I think it's called, a tactical. The tactical pilot that I'm using in this gameplay is one I don't know the name of it, because, like I said, this is one of my first few games of Titanfall 2. But the pilot that I'm using right here, his ability is to basically use a speed burst, and he heals up slightly quicker. So I'm really loving this pilot. When I was playing Titanfall 1, this is the same kind of pilot that I was using in Titanfall 1. And so when I seen once I was able to unlock this Titan, this pilot, I definitely wanted to hit it up and run through some attrition. Attrition's basically your team deathmatch. You're going to run into your pilots. You're going to run into the AI guys, like your grunts and specters. And they didn't have these in Titanfall 1, but they have these things called Reapers. And man, those things can eat some bullets. But in Titanfall 2, it's the thing I love so much about Titanfall is, yes, there's controlled players, but at the same time there's the AI enemies that you're facing, and to me that makes the battlefield just feel so much more occupied, which is what I enjoy the most about Titanfall, as well as, like, let's say your Titans, man, because there'll be times where you'll see it in this gameplay. I'll turn a corner and I'm like, oh, let me just run up out there. Nah, I'm not gonna do that, especially if I'm a pilot and I just see a Titan just stomping out through there. I mean, because Titans, in my opinion, do a lot of damage to pilots. But man, I'm really surprised. See right there, I'm like, nah, I ain't pushing out there that far. But Titans do a lot of damage, especially with some of the guns that they have. I believe there's one Titan that can just shoot like 8 grenades straight down to the ground. That destroys pretty much pilots on the grounds. But I think the name of the Titan that I'm using, I don't use a Titan in this gameplay. I really just was feeling it with the gun. And I'm going to get on this Hemlock, because this Hemlock is a godsend. But the Titan that I'm using in my setup right now is Ion. I believe that's the name of him. It's the one with the mounted laser rifle thing that's on his shoulder. Man, that thing he's fun to use because it's basically the same Titan as, like, the original Titanfall 1, because you have your force shield or whatever that catches all the bullets and you can just redirect them back. You have your whatever kind of rifle it is. It reminds me a lot of the Titanfall 1 rifle. He's got, like I said, that mounted sniper rifle, it seems like. That ends up being my primary. I use that thing more than I actually use his rifle. And then you also have, like, these trip line mines that you just throw on the ground. Those become really helpful. Like, you can hit maybe 2 shots with that little mounted cannon. If somebody comes charging you with that little Ronin Titan, there's a Titan with a goddamn sword. Like, how badass is that? That he can just come up and just slice you in half. Because I ain't gonna lie, I've been melted by one of these little Ronin Titans or whatever they're called. And when it's a good player, yeah, you're gonna get slaughtered by it. But normally, what your best bet is whenever you start getting charged at when you have those mines, is just throw them down. That way they just walk right over them. It sounds like a simple concept, but a lot of people forget it. But let's talk about this game in particular. Man, I don't know. I remember the first time I played this map, CJ, the guy who showed me Titanfall 1, and he was the first person I played with on this game. Waited to play my first game with him just as a friend-to-friend type thing. And first time we played this, he was like, yeah, man, this map's going to be nothing but snipers. So I was like, I played that the way he wanted me to play it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I mean, you're just basically hard scoping. And like I said, that's all fun and good. But I knew once I had this Hemlock unlocked, man, it was game over, which is basically what I did. Like on this map right here, all I'm doing is going from right here back to that little cave and just going back and forth, and I'm just getting a ton of kills. Like every now and then I'll have one pilot just like that that'll come from that spawn and get a revenge kill, but it's just not happening. I know I have a hell of a game here, and really at one point I'm just like, damn, can I just not be killed? But this Hemlock, it was in the original Titanfall 1, and it's awesome, man. It's basically I believe it was called the M8A1 or M8A4, whichever, the pulse rifle or burst fire weapon from Call of Duty, or the M16 from Modern Warfare Remastered. This thing, when you have that little increased damage to weapons, that little boost going, it's a 1 burster. And as long as you hit your burst, it's normally a 2 burst, and the thing shoots so quickly, like you melt people with this gun. And I just had to have it. I actually unlocked it. I believe it gets unlocked at level 14. I think I unlocked it at level 10 just because, I mean, I had to have it. I went ahead and saved up. I believe it's like that 100 in-game currency. I'm not really sure what those are called, but I went ahead and saved up that in-game currency and unlocked it. And man, I love it. I love that little grenade too. I wish it was a little bit stronger, but it might be considered OP at that point. You just throw that thing out into a crowd of these like AI enemies, and what it does is it like sucks the enemies into it, and then it explodes. See, this is right here. I start panicking. I don't know what happens. I guess I swapped my gun somehow. I really don't know how. I was just basically spamming buttons, and God, that was heartbreaking right there. Not gonna lie, that just killed my mood. I really wanted to see if I can get that 1 burst jump shot right there, but it wasn't happening. Also was hoping that'd drag him in. But yeah, that grenade's awesome, man. You just throw it on the ground. Most of the time it drags all the enemy. I know it drags enemy AI into it and then explodes. Most grunts it can kill in one little grenades. Sometimes it takes 2 to kill somebody, but the thing that just makes it awesome is it's sort of like a magnet for those enemies. So there's nothing they can do. It just drags them close to it and gets them stuck. I want to say I've been hit by one of those as a pilot. I don't think it just makes me helpless, but I want to say it does throw my aim off. I may be incorrect about that, because I've only seen these. I've seen a lot of people use these in like YouTube videos, but I can't remember for sure. But I mean, I love them. Like I said, they're good for ad clearing, which is basically what I use them for. But yeah, man, Titanfall 2 is an awesome game. It brought back so many memories of Titanfall 1. Titanfall 1 playing with CJ, like before I even had a PC, before I even had a PS4. We had Titanfall 1 on his Xbox One. He had an Xbox One before I even had one. And man, I was over there at his apartment gaming it pretty much seemed like every day. And man, we played that game so much. We broke his copy. Like his game would not turn on. It just wasn't possible for that game to run after we got finished with it. We got him leveled up so high that he had an Xbox One for the longest time before I had mine. And by the time I got mine, his copy was already broke, and we never was able to play again. But man, we love that game. We spent a lot of hours playing that game, and I plan on doing that same with this channel. I plan on uploading as much. I don't want to say as much as I can. I'm gonna split between this and H1Z1 at the moment. I'm gonna upload as long as it's still fun to me. And at this moment, like I said, I'm loving this game. So hopefully we can get a few more games sort of like this, because I felt like this was a game I felt like I was destroying, and I die right there, which just ends the game on a sad note. But I'm not stressing it too much. I was playing with CJ earlier, and that gun that guy killed me with was the G2. I'll have to try that out. He said he loves it, and the way that guy was just spraying it right there, it looked like it had very, very, very little recoil. So that might be another gun I'll have to check out. There's just so many guns, so many different Titans, so many different abilities now that they really hit. They really listened to their audience when they said that there's not much customization. With this, I feel like they've added a bit of customization without making it ridiculous. I like what they've done with the game. They've improved upon a great game, and hopefully we see a Titanfall 3 in a year or two, because I love these games. But anyway, YouTube, that's all I got for you today. Like, comment, subscribe. YouTube, if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.